and welcome to the Thirsty Witches podcast, where we talk about anything under the sun, from books to entertainment, self-help, and even a little spice. I'm Victoria.
I'm Kira.
And I'm Catalin.
And today we're actually here to talk about some good things that TikTok has done for us and the world at large. I know, shocking, it doesn't happen super often, but on occasion, good things come from the old clock app.
Sometimes.
So we just wanted to share our thoughts on some of those things.
But before we get started, we're going to jump into our quenchable moments. If you're new here, quenchable moment is something happy or exciting that has happened to us over the last week or so that we want to share with each other and with you. So to kick us off, Victoria, what is your quenchable moment?
So my quenchable moment is relating to this big health journey that I've been on. Also, quick update, I'm down 30 pounds.
Woohoo!
But the big issue for me has always been exercise. When I was in high school, I went like real hard. I was in the gym 4 or 5 hours a day and just nothing was working. And then, of course, I got a bunch of injuries and that became really difficult. And so I decided to finally bite the bullet and invest in a walking pad that I can put underneath my desk. And that should be here in a couple of days. And I'm really excited because I feel like it's something easy and brainless enough, because I'll be doing it while I'm working, that there's no excuse now for me to not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And it'll be a lot easier on my knees. My knees have been like through the ringer these last couple of weeks. The constant change in pressure in the atmosphere, because we've had storms going in and out, has been absolutely brutal on my legs. So
yeah, I want a walking pad so bad. Like, I just want to walk on my walking pad while I binge Vanderpump Rules. Like, that's all I want.
Mm-hmm. I know. Summer got one too, and she snapped me, and she's like, "Look at this shit!" And I was like, "Be prepared. You're also gonna get the same shit from me."
If I had money, I would do it, but alas, no
We're
job,
waiting.
no money.
You'll get there.
You'll get there.
And then it'll just be a ring of us walking on our walking pads.
Yeah. Great.
I don't have room for one, so.
Well, we'll figure it out. You can go outside to walk.
I have a nice path over there. I could.
There you go.
But it's hot right now.
Yeah. Catalin, what is your quenchable moment this week?
My quenchable moment is that my roommate and I went to what's called Friday Fest. So they closed down one of the like downtown streets, like in the older part of town. And they're like music, and you can have like go cups of drinks and just hang out outside. So we people watched for a couple hours and listened to a Fleetwood Mac cover band for like 2.5 hours.
A Fleetwood Mac cover band.
Yeah, it's actually really good. They're pretty good.
I feel like there's so many of those.
Yeah. But it was fun. People watched. Didn't see any of my students, so I will take that as a win.
I guess you like.
It's okay.
I was having issues with mine in the beginning.
I'm like, I feel like it's really dark right now. It's because I have a blinding light in my face. Well, that's exciting.
Yes,
I love a good like weekend festival thing. My town does like music in the park, my hometown, and so those are always fun too.
Yeah, they do this every summer, every Friday from about Memorial Day to Labor Day. Mm-hmm. So it's just we haven't gone because we've been too tired, but
a mood. You've
been
working a lot, so
yes. But Kira, what's your quenchable moment?
So my quenchable moment is that this past weekend was the bachelorette party that I have talked about a lot leading up to. Emily and I went, my mom was here, and then we all kind of went to the airport together, and Emily and I went to Sonoma, California. You guys, when I tell you, we thought the weekend was going to be a shit show because it took us 2.5 hours to get our rental car. I have never had to wait that long for a fucking rental car in my life. Like, it was insane. Absolutely insane. It was like, and Emily timed it, the entire thing. It was an hour in a line to get to the desk, and then it was another hour and a half to get the car. Like, fucking insane.
No.
We were so bad. And then it was an hour and a half drive from SFO to Sonoma. And I tell you, I needed a drink when we got there.
I mean,
good thing it was bachelor party.
It looks like you guys had a lot of fun.
We did, and
Mhm.
Emily and I made some friends. There's 2 girls who actually live up here in the Seattle area, so yeah,
Nice.
so we are going to be planning. We want to like get together with them a couple of times before the wedding in September, um, just because we want to make like actually strong connections, but we also like
Mhm.
want to hang out with them more before like the actual
Mm-hmm.
ceremony, because we realize like Erica's gonna have a lot of stuff to do. She's gonna have her family and stuff there too, and we didn't want it just for the 2 of us at this wedding, we not knowing anyone. So now we have like all these
Mhm.
girls that we just met, and we made a lot of really good friends. One girl, her
Good.
name is Emma. She is a book reader. And so her and I have been talking
Yeah.
a lot. I actually got a lot of them to follow our podcast. So I don't
Nice.
even, they might listen to this. I don't know. Hi girls. So great. I love you all. Had the best weekend. It was so wild because I was telling them, I'm like, every time I've gone on like a big girls trip with like my book friends, there's always something. There's always something that causes
Listen,
drama. There's always
listen.
something.
The graduation was not that bad.
The graduation was fine, but we also didn't have a lot
I
of us
did
there.
I did
Yeah.
almost die several times on the road trip.
Yeah, you did.
But when we
I was
got to
like, the road
Seattle,
trip
it wasn't
wasn't
that.
bad either.
Yes,
But when we got to Seattle, Seattle was great.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Seattle was great. So, but like, I'm thinking like Houston, uh,
Mhm.
Colorado,
Mhm.
New York. Like there's been like kind of these underlying issues and like all of our like big
Hmm.
get-togethers because there's so many of us together. But there was
Yeah.
15 of us on this trip, and there was like it
Ugh.
was completely fine. And I'm like, I was telling them
Yeah.
like I've never had this experience. Like
Wow.
this is
Yeah.
great. So it was fun. We had a great time. We went to some wineries. We brought some wine home. Yeah, we got like Emily and I are just so happy that we reconnected with Erica the way we did, and that we're
Yay.
friends again because we were her oldest friends there. Because everyone else, the only other person there had met her late in high school. Everyone else only knew Erica in college, and so
Mhm.
Emily and I have known her since we were kids, and so we kind of had this like
Oh.
special connection with her, and we would stand off to the side and like talk about how amazing these friends were that she like cultivated into her life and how different she has
Mhm.
become, and she has like, really grown
Mhm.
into herself, and we're just so proud to see it. And we just have like this a different lens that we can see Erica through than the rest of the girls
Mhm.
can, because we knew her as this different
Mhm.
person as kids. So it was just really just beautiful, and I'm so excited to go and celebrate here in September, and see her get married to the love of her life. She literally loves him so much. I'm like, wow, wonder how that
Aw.
feels.
Me.
Well, so as you guys know, I've been on a health journey, and with that, I've been looking for tools and products to help me get my health back in check. One of the things I've really been focusing on is staying hydrated, and a product that's really helped me with that is Liquid IV. In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than with water alone. It's also come in super clutch when I'm out and about and I realize I haven't hydrated well enough. Plus, it's super convenient to keep in my bag or in my car in case of an emergency. Right now, you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code STAYTHIRSTY at checkout. That's 20% off of anything you order when you shop for better hydration today using promo code STAYTHIRSTY at liquidiv.com. Stay thirsty, bitches. On that
Three,
note,
three girls who are sitting here talking about shit because we are lonely.
okay. On that note, let's move on to TikTok.
Okay.
So we've talked about TikTok a couple of times in this podcast, mostly about how we just want to strangle a lot of people on TikTok because they're really dumb. But sometimes some really good things come out of it.
Yeah.
I know for me recently, one of the biggest things that I have noticed is that if somebody is missing,
Mhm.
if you can just get that one person to really get out there, then people get on it and get on top of it. We
I
saw it
repost
with,
every single time. I repost one of those
yeah,
things every single time.
yeah, we saw it with the petito girl, whatever her name was. I don't
Gabby
remember.
Petito.
No, full offense, but no offense. I don't ever remember when a white bitch goes missing because everybody and their mother is always on top of that one.
Yep.
I mostly pay attention when it's people of color that go missing,
Mhm.
especially women of color, because it happens so frequently.
Mhm.
We saw it a lot with when there were a lot of Indigenous women going missing, when there were Indigenous children going missing. I like seeing that people try really hard to stay on top of it because, as we've seen, major news outlets don't ever report on it, or the local police, federal police, whatever, aren't on top of it. I know recently, as of when we're recording this, somebody who's missing right now is Carly Russell. She was taken from a highway.
Actually, I think I just saw something this morning that she was
Yeah,
found.
I did too. That
Which
she was
has she been
found.
found? Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
as of
she's in
when
the
I looked
hospital.
last night, she hadn't been found yet. So that
Yeah.
was done. She was likely found because so many people in her family were pushing. So, I mean, even Mama Ta, Ophelia, got involved in it. I saw multiple videos from her talking about it because we've learned that this is what we have to do as a society is push on our own to get these people's names out there to be able to
Mhm.
find them. So that's one thing that I really have loved seeing about TikTok, and why I will always fight tooth and nail to make sure that this is a platform that we can still use in this country. Because don't be fooled, people are not talking the Restrict Act anymore, but it's still happening.
It
There are
is
other bills
still
out
out
there that
there.
are like it, that are pushing really hard to get rid of it. If you guys are
Mhm.
interested, make sure to look into COSA, because they're also coming
Mhm.
after AO3. And let me tell you right fucking now, one platform that
Dude.
you all do not want to try and get rid of is Archive of Our Own, because we are all, the people that are on AO3 are a level of crazy that you don't want to deal
No,
with.
can we just
I
take
saw
a
the
moment?
memes.
AO3 literally was like, we just took down Russian, like,
Yeah.
AO3 was
like,
down for all of 30 hours.
and they found like like literal like Russian spies trying to
Russian
take down
hackers,
this.
yeah.
They like really dug into that, and I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
These
It
are
was a group of
leaders.
Russian hackers pretending to be a part of Anonymous Sudan who had no idea what was happening. And just keep in mind, these are volunteers that did this.
Yeah.
And I know everybody and their mother, when they go on Wikipedia, they see about the like donation thing, how they can't get their funding, blah blah. AO3 gets their funding within 24 hours. Every time they have to do a fundraiser, 24 hours that bitch is paid for,
Mm-hmm.
because it's
Damn.
crowdfunded, and we understand the importance of what it is.
I think
So
that,
I'm just saying.
I think that this also kind of ties back to TikTok and the Restrict Act. And this underlying thing that a lot of people don't tend to realize, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
the creator of TikTok did when he was in front of, you know, our whatever, our government, is
Congress.
how
You can call them
Congress
that.
is how strong of a community readers are. He talked about
Oh
book
yeah,
talk, and it just shows
Yeah.
AO3 like like you fuck with a reader and it's all like hell loose, like
yeah.
you're not going to
I
stop them.
mean,
Like we are such a strong community when it comes to protecting the right to this knowledge and this freedom of imagination, because I was even seeing on the news there was this group of like 10-year-old girls in Florida who were starting their own like petitions and marches and stuff to be able to read the books they like, or like the books that they have for our age group. They're like, we're well ahead of that
mm-hmm.
reading level. They're like, we don't read those books, but they don't
Yeah.
have the books that we want. Like one of them is, well, what this all four little white girls, one of them is just like, yeah, I love reading about racial culture, and I'm just like, you're 10, you're 10. I'm like, I
Yeah.
love it. And so it's like, I think it ties back to this notion of like, you know, I feel like us as a community, as a reader space, as book talk, we've really cultivated the use of TikTok to kind of spread this knowledge and keep each other up
Mm-hmm.
to date on these things. Because literally, I was everything that other than you, everything I was seeing about AO3 was on my TikTok feed. People were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everything was on TikTok
Yeah.
for me.
And that's another thing that's been really great about TikTok, is making sure to spread that information, because then we also had the issue of like, okay, like AO3 is slowly getting back up. You guys have got to stay off of it. So that way the volunteers can continue to improve and fix and correct and do whatever they had to do.
mm-hmm.
And like, I just want to reiterate again, Book Talk is a massive animal. It is it is a group that takes care of its own.
Mm-hmm.
AO3 readers are a subsection of that. If y'all think that Book Talk people are crazy,
No.
AO3 people are even crazier.
Listen, what
As I've seen.
I'm just gonna say the fan fiction readers
The level of
are
feral,
you don't want to fuck with those.
it's
Like,
a dead ass. The best comparison that I have is millennials and Gen Z. Regular readers, millennials. AO3 readers, Gen Z. Y'all are like, we'll bring Lunchables. Gen Z is like, I'm about to set this house on fire. That is the best comparison that I have. Anyways, like that's the big thing that to me in my mind is the best thing about TikTok is being able to spread information in a way
mhm.
that is well informed and making sure that people are getting the most accurate, up to date information that you can
And I
find.
think that's
I sorry, I let me get this out really
yeah.
quick before I forget about it. I really love Under the Dust News in
Mhm.
particular. V is fantastic. I think
Love
that
them.
they do the absolute most to make sure to stay up on the most current information. They're also very quick to be like, hey, I was misinformed or I misinterpreted this thing. Here's the correction. Very, very good about that. Never see that from standard news sources. And I also really love that B is getting into those spaces in the door, getting in touch with government officials and these people in these high places and being able to get us the most accurate information. I think they're an excellent news source, especially here recently with the SAG AFTRA and WGA strikes. Um, that's been very, very helpful. And I've liked seeing all of the people that have been sharing information. You have to be careful about who you follow because there are people that are sharing misinformation about it. But
Mhm.
that's, to me, the best thing
Mhm.
about TikTok is the information that we can get.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off of that. I'm someone in this group who is has very strong opinions about politics and
Same.
voting and our government. I grew up in a program where it was all we talked about. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot of the ins and outs of legislation and how the courts work and how, bills are passed and all those kinds of things. And so I have a very strong opinion about making sure you're getting out there and you're voting and you're understanding what you're voting on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I have always loved using TikTok as a source of getting my information, but also giving information. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously, if I see something that I'm concerned with, I'm going to look it up myself because I understand my own research skills. And
Mm-hmm.
I tell everyone, I'm like, please go like look things up. It's not that hard to find information that's going to give you what you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're looking at things, also be cautious of the websites you're finding them on,
Mm-hmm.
because some of them are going to give you misinformation. Again, the internet is
Mm-hmm.
fraught with misinformation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think TikTok has done a really great job of putting information out there as it's happening, like with Under the Desk News. I follow a lot of political people. Gosh, what is her name? I follow this one woman, and I get her emails every night. Um, Let me see. Hold
Is she
please.
the abortion rights activist?
No, it is. Oh my gosh, where is she?
I want to quickly shout out because when you were talking about doing research, just reminded me of this creator. The Conscious Lee is always going on
Yeah.
about research over me search and education is elevation. Those are his two key phrases. Um, he's a great person to follow, especially if you're wanting to find information specifically about Black issues. Highly, highly recommend him.
So her title is the news girl. Her name is Lisa. She's an
Ah, yeah.
you know her, blonde.
Mm-hmm.
She's always sitting there giving you like all this updated information, and I
Mm-hmm.
love her for it because she gives it to you straight. She sounds like a newscaster, but she gives you everything you need to know about any issue that's going on. And
Mm-hmm.
she'll come back and she'll follow up on things, which I love because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people in normal news outlets, they don't come back and they don't follow up on a lot of situations. They just give you
Mm-hmm.
what they have and that's it. That's the only time they talk about it. And
Yeah.
so having these, you know, TikTok people like coming back and like following up on certain things that they said, whether it's to give you more information or to be like, hey, I was given misinformation. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
redact what I said before, and this is the actual truth. I think
Yeah.
that's so important, and I think especially for our generation and for Gen Z,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that we cherish a lot is that
Mm-hmm.
honesty and like owning up to something that you said was wrong, which
Yeah.
you don't see a lot
And
with the old generations.
Yeah, I do want to shout out really quickly an old school news creator. I don't know if you guys have ever watched him, Philip DeFranco. I've
Yeah.
been
Philip
following,
DeFranco, I've been
yeah,
following for years before
His
TikTok. He
videos
yes,
was like
sometimes
on
come up.
YouTube, like
yes. I have been following Philip DeFranco since I was in high school. I remember SourceFed, how big that was. Tragically, SourceFed left us many years ago.
mhm,
Things happened, very sad. But Phil's also been a really great news source for me. I've also really liked seeing his evolution as a news personality because I remember back when he was part of like the Libertarian Party, and he now talks about it and he's like, I look back on myself and I just want to punch that dude in the face. I'm like, we love growth, love to see
mhm.
it. But he also does have a TikTok and he'll put up bites of his episodes. Again, somebody else that I highly recommend because he's also very adamant of like, I'm going to give you as much as I know, but you also need to do your own research.
And
Don't
that's
let
what
me
I
be
love.
your
At the end of every clip, he's always like, "What are your thoughts? Like, tell me what you
own. Yeah.
think. Like, how do you feel about the situation? Like, let me know." And I think
Mhm.
that's like really important because, you know, these people that we've grown up watching, they don't care about the masses' opinions. But on TikTok,
Mm.
it's so easy for them to be like, I want to connect with you, like tell me your thoughts, and just like have people just like filling their comment section or duetting or stitching or putting up their own thoughts on TikTok. You know, it's become this ground where we have that confidence to kind of give our opinion finally on the
Mm-hmm.
ways that we feel. Like I know for me, like I am like so like I'm not even like a leftist. Like I am a socialist, and I think a lot of it has to do with like how I was raised, but also how social media has kind of structured my life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
TikTok has definitely been a good resource for
mhm,
a lot of things like that. And it's also been great to see people to come together and form communities and form solidarity. Like I
mhm,
was saying earlier with the SAG AFTRA and WGA strike, it's been really great to see a lot of influencers come out and say, like, we are standing in solidarity with SAG AFTRA and with WGA and not taking on contracts for
Yeah.
for promoting any of these movies. And I know for me personally, I don't want to do that either. I know that we're not like really influenced or whatever, but you know, every little bit helps. So just so everyone knows, any promotional content that we have coming out was pre-recorded before SAG-AFTRA went into
mhm,
strike. So please like understand that we were in a very different place timeline wise
mhm.
when we did that content. Um, but I really appreciate seeing the solidarity, especially from a lot of these really big creators that are like, no, like if we want
Yeah.
everything to improve for everyone, we have to be with them. And
Well,
it's been really good to see that.
yeah. Well, and I saw a TikTok from a book talker, like just reminding like book talk, like, hey, don't forget, you
Yeah.
also can't do this if you don't want to cross the picket line.
Yeah.
So
So as sad as it is, we may not be able to share a ton of Red, White, and Royal Blue content for a little while because they unfortunately are also not allowed to promote. So very
Awesome.
sad. But
all I'm saying
necessary.
is, all I'm saying is, we can't share the content, but y'all
We'll
know
have
where I
it.
will
getting,
be on August
yeah.
11th.
We'll have
Oh,
it,
yeah.
but we won't be able to share it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, once things come to a close and they get a contract in place that is acceptable for all parties involved,
Mhm.
we can then share that content later.
Yeah.
But for
I
now,
mean, I really love
we
like
have to stand in solidarity.
as like again, this ties back into the book community. When Exo Kitty was released, the author, why would I like her name?
Jenny Han.
Jenny Han, she posted this whole thing saying she's like, I'm not going to be at the red carpet premiere because I want to stand in solidarity with other writers. She's like, I'm
Mhm.
supporting all of my actors who are at their premiere, and
Mm-hmm.
like you know they've done such amazing work, and I want to support them, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to cross that line. She's like, but I give
Yeah,
my full faith to these kids who are going to their first premiere for this.
yeah,
And I think that just really shows that authors are also standing with writers.
yeah. And
Mhm.
that's the important thing to remember too is these members of SAG-AFTRA and the WGA are not telling people not to watch the content. They want people to watch the content. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a
Yeah.
matter of promoting the content.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
like, yes, still go and see Red, White, and Royal Blue. Still go see the Barbie movie. Still go see Oppenheimer.
Listen, Barbie, then Oppenheimer, then Barbie. You got
Yeah.
it. Same day.
We've all seen. That's another great thing is the like wild
Barbieheimer.
card, completely left field, like crackhead stuff that comes out of TikTok that I always love. Like the Barbieheimer thing that's going on. Crazy. Love it. It's
Yeah,
that,
I'm
that's
not on
but
that.
that's what makes TikTok the perfect
I
breeding
just want
ground
to
for
say
shit like that.
I want to just like tangent really quick. I just really love how like Barbie has been putting out like this content that is like
Mhm.
so cultivated to like our generation. You know, they're
Mhm.
putting Margot Robbie in all of like Barbie's outfits, and they're
Yeah.
giving us like all of this content. And Oppenheimer is doing absolutely nothing. They are just riding the fucking tail of
They did their little premiere.
they're just
Yeah.
like they're like, oh, Barbie's coming out too. We're just gonna be here. And everyone's like, guys, Oppenheimer, bombs, Barbie. Look, put them together. Now
Cillian Murphy.
they're just like,
Yeah.
we're like, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to promote anything because everyone's already doing it for them because Barbie
Mhm.
is such a like 180 from what Oppenheimer is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways,
It's hilarious.
it's
Tangent over.
solidarity, crackhead shit. It's all great. I had a thought and then lost it.
Of course you did.
It'll come
Anyways,
back.
anything else?
I don't know. I feel like
I've
we talk
found
about
some good
book
indie
talk a lot.
authors.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna
But
say we
that's
talk
about
about book
it.
talk a lot, but I mean that's what we're like in. That's
That's
like
what I'm
our
on.
Like our
that's where
bread
we're
and butter.
at. Obviously
Yeah.
like we the three of us have similar FYPs, but you know, they're gonna be different. But I think, you know, the standard across the board is we're on book talk, and there's a
Mhm.
ton of indie authors on there, and I think they're really using this platform to their advantage.
As they should.
Yep.
Are some of them good? Yeah. Are some of them not good?
Are some of them bad?
Also,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's okay because like I want to support them regardless. I'm just like, you know, I support
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to read your book because it's just not up my alley. But like, you know,
Yeah.
you do you. You do you.
Yeah.
And on the same side, Book Talk is really good about shutting down authors who are getting nasty. We're
Yeah.
really good about
Yes.
that. Again, don't fuck with
Yes.
us.
Yeah. Man.
Readers
Oh, I know what I was
readers
gonna
fight for
say.
their own.
I was gonna talk about. I think his original handle was the camera guy. I think his handle right now is just Reese. His name.
Oh yeah.
That scrawny curly haired kid.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
sorry if that sounds so
That-
mean. It's like the easiest way for me to describe you, dude. He's like heavily involved
Mhm.
in movies, and
Oh,
even
wow.
he's like, no,
Oh yeah,
not
no,
doing
he was. What did I see?
He did a lot with Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yeah, and he was also
behind the scenes.
in that movie with Dylan O'Brien where he was blonde.
Yes.
And
Oh
so
yeah.
Yes,
he
it
was
was the one.
actually in it.
Yeah, I remember. Yes.
Yes.
So I
Because he
mean,
was
if
at
if
a award
he,
show a couple months ago.
yeah, he's probably one of the most like well-known influencers that's like heavily involved in that space, and for him to be
Mhm.
like, no, that should be a pretty big signal to
Yeah.
everybody else. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I just have come to appreciate the things about TikTok that make it really great because more often than not, it outweighs the things that make it really terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let us know some of the things that you guys really like about TikTok. I'm always curious to see how different everybody's For You pages are, especially because mine tends to be like a child on cocaine most of the time. So it's really exciting for me. So just, let us know. You can email us at tbp.saythirsty@gmail.com, or you can hit us on Instagram. We also have the Q&A feature now on Spotify. You can always shoot us a question. We would love to see those. But yeah, for right now, Kira, can you take us out with an affirmation?
I will. So today's affirmation is: my energy is too precious to waste on stress, anxiety, and overthinking. Catalan. Yeah,
Why you gotta call me out like that?
Because your face went like this.
All of a sudden,
Well,
I have
then.
Thirsty Wake Up. Let's bring that one back.
It's been a year, so I mean, yeah.
It's about time. Anyways,
thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure to tune in on Tasty Tuesdays and Thirsty Thursdays for all new episodes. Be sure to subscribe and follow our socials. Listen in the description. Make sure you like, rate, and leave a review for the podcast to help boost us across the platforms. Helps more than you know. Have a lovely day, and remember, stay thirsty, bitches.